Now to a story we've been watching develop all day. A gunman killed 11 people during a shooting rampage at a Pittsburgh synagogue this morning. Authorities say 6 people, including 4 police officers, were injured. We'll have local reaction in just a bit, but first, CBS's Nikki Batiste has the latest from Pittsburgh.
SWAT teams converging on a Pittsburgh synagogue heard dire warning over the police radio.
We're under fire. He's got an automatic weapon. He's firing out of the front of the synagogue.
Police say 46-year-old Robert Bowers went on a shooting rampage during morning prayer services.
Members of the Tree of Life Synagogue, conducting a peaceful service in their place of worship, were brutally murdered by a gunman targeting them simply because of their faith.
Bowers exchanged fire with responding officers before he was arrested and taken to a local hospital.
He's in fair condition with multiple gunshot wounds.
Police recovered an assault rifle and 3 handguns.
It's a very horrific crime scene. It's one of the worst that I've seen, and I've been on some plane crashes. It's very bad.
Authorities would not comment on a possible motive, but CBS News confirms the suspect made anti-Semitic threats on social media in the days before the attack. President Trump condemned the attack during a speech in Indiana.
This wicked act of mass murder is pure evil, hard to believe.
Earlier, the president suggested an armed guard may have prevented the massacre.
If they had some kind of a protection inside the temple, maybe it could have been a very much different situation.
Not far from the shooting, community members gathered Saturday night to honor the victims. The FBI is investigating the shooting as a hate crime. Nikki Batiste, CBS News, Pittsburgh.
And the U.S. Attorney's Office tonight filed 29 charges against the gunman. Local 4 News spoke with Rabbi Henry Karp in Davenport today. He tells us this is probably the worst attack on a Jewish institution in American history, and adds we can't assume that hate will not touch our community.
We need to go to the next step. We need to be active in protecting each other. We need to work for a community where hate has no home. And that's going to take everyone in the Quad Cities to do that.
Karp says Temple Emmanuel in Davenport, there's an off-duty officer there at every service and event, and there will be a vigil there tomorrow night at 6:30. All faiths are welcome. And the Interfaith Alliance of Iowa believes political rhetoric is fueling extremism. Executive Director Connie Ryan is calling on elected officials, all faith leaders, and every citizen to, quote, condemn this horrific action and to stand in solidarity with neighbors and friends who are Jewish to protect them against any further violence or hate.